obedience of various court orders by INEC. This petition was in the main an attempt to bring INEC back to appreciate that no matter how powerful they are, they cannot disobey court orders. About 8 judgments told INEC that this man standing beside me is the national chairman of the party and not any other person. 2 federal high courts told INEC that they must deal with the list he submits and upload them as candidates in the election. INEC ignored all the orders, including the orders of the Court of Appeal, which said the man you are dealing with is not even a member of the party. So INEC refused, picked candidate for the party, and after the election, of course, as they're entitled to, they say we should approach the tribunal, which we did. But last week I was surprised they came to my office and said, well, we are politicians, please withdraw the petition. And I didn't, it's not my petition, it's their petition, and so I had to withdraw it.
So in essence, what you are telling us is that the AA has withdrawn its petition at home.
Yes, that's what I came to do today, and I've withdrawn it, and it's been dismissed.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yes, we can now start our phone.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Because there are so many journalists here, so many don't know you. So once again,
May I even have my written list. Let me just read it small. It's part of it.
all right.
Members of the press, my name is Honorable Dr. Adekunle Rufai Omaje, National Chairman of Action Alliance. You will recall that Action Alliance, the party under my leadership, is dissatisfied with the injustice meted on us by INEC, which made us to file a petition against the umpire and the emergency of the APC candidate. Within the short period of approaching the election tribunal till now, questions have been asked repeatedly about our motive and also reason for withdrawal of this protest petition today as well. To make the answers available once and for all that care to know, we will offer you the straight reasons behind our actions here now. We believe that this our address to you today, we put to rest whatever insinuation anybody may have had. To start with, our party Action Alliance was neither challenging emergency of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu nor the victory of APC in this instance, but protesting the process adopted by the umpire, INEC, building up to the election. Our growth is with INEC and its approach to issues that concerns our party spanning over months build up to the election. We have all reasons to be agreed with the snobbish treatment and underrating approach of the umpire towards our complaints as touching the induced crisis in our party. Our growth for approaching the Court of Appeal Presidential Tribunal was to show to the world the partisanship tendencies of INEC that maliciously worked against our party, Action Alliance, in conjunction with some political mafia to exclude our party, Action Alliance, from participating in all the elections so far conducted last year, 2022. I need further to allow you to know why we got to this level. INEC is aware through many court judgments up to the Supreme Court, decision acknowledged that myself, Dr. Honorable Adekunle Rufai Omaje, is the authentic national chairman of Action Alliance. I say without missing words that INEC practically created a parallel Action Alliance leadership at its headquarters, using one Kenneth Udeze as its personal national chairman. It is this Udeze that INEC allowed to feed candidates for our party and rejected the authentic list co-signed by me as the national chairman and Ambassador Sulaiman Abdul Rashid as the national secretary of our party, Action Alliance. The crisis took a lot of effort from us towards achieving a resolution, but alas, it was seemingly thwarted by invisible forces that were operating covertly away from every prying eye. We exploited every legal means to unravel the mystery behind our travail, all to no avail. At the end of this all, the authentic candidate of our party, as sponsored by my leadership, were technically excluded from participating in the general election. This was after we have done all that is required of us, as spelled out in the Electoral Act 2022. To seek redress, we decided to approach the Presidential Election Tribunal to demand justice. Justice is the cross of our determined approach to the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is sad to say that on the 4th of November 2022, a federal high court in Abuja ordered INEC to upload the candidate of our party as co-submitted by me as the national chairman with my national secretary, but as usual, INEC refused to obey the judgment. Gentlemen of the press, our party, the Action Alliance, with our presidential candidate, Solomon David Okanigwa, through our lead counsel, Obamodu Abuchi, SAN, moved an application to discontinue our petition, which the Court of Appeal magnanimously upheld today for the discontinuance of our petition. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I cannot conclude this press briefing without acknowledging the intervention of well-meaning Nigerians, home and in diaspora, including some leaders of Afenifere, Oanese, the Arewa leadership, including the Middle Belt Forum, captains of industry and community leaders, through telephone calls and meetings, urging us to see the loss of the party as our own contribution to the unity of Nigeria. Every person that spoke to us admonished on the need to withdraw this petition, stressing that the outcome of the presidential election held on the 25th of February 2023 is to sustain the unity of Nigeria. At this point, having done some in-house re-evaluation of our moves and intents, and taking cursory look at certain variables and the likely resultant effects that could emanate from our insistence on the choosing course of action, especially at the Presidential Election Tribunal, we resolve to abate pursuance of this petition. First of our considered reason was unity of our nation, being witness and active members of the imbroglio that followed the annulment of the result of the famous June 12, 1993 presidential election, believed to have been won by late Chief M.K. Abiola of the Southwest extraction. We do not want to be the reason our country, Nigeria, will be thrown into another horrific experience of such. Secondly, as active Democrats in this democratic experiment, we shall not be used by proponents of interim government to achieve their concocted agenda of taking over government through the back door. Thirdly, our party believes in the three key principles of a healthy democracy, which are 1, equity, 2, fairness, and 3, justice. The agitation around our country today is because part or all of these key principles are being relegated. We believe it is not fair to abort ascendancy of a southerner to the most exalted seat and position, especially after a northerner have successfully sat on same for 8 years. We do not want to be seen as being used as a vehicle for further relegation of this all-important principle of democracy. We also consider those who participated and won elections in this election. We consider Senator Rabi Musa Kwankwaso of NNPP, Prince Adewale Adebayo of the SDP, who is our very good brother and friends. These two men, among others, had their parties winning position in the elections, yet they never approached the Presidential Election Tribunal in spite of their party losses. For this also, we consider many other reasons as confirmed by some of our leaders. We see no sense in furthering on with this protest petition. One of the reasons advanced by some of our leaders as well is the belief in the ability of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, being a proponent of restructuring, which has been one major reason why we have the barrage of agitation in our land today. We evolve a kind of policy that could engender resurgence of trust in our togetherness as a national entity. Our country, Nigeria today, is at the precipice. We need a personality that believes in policies that can repose trust in the aggrieved indigenous nationalities within Nigeria to reenact the laws of brotherliness among our diverse ethnicity. With all the above stated reasons, we strongly believe that Nigeria is in better hand in competence with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu in the driver's seat. Ladies and gentlemen, our reasons are these, as shortly enumerated to you here. Our driving force is survival of our country, Nigeria, as a single entity, revitalization of the already weakened love among our collective nationality, and to build stronger sense of equity, fairness, and justice in our electoral democracy. In conclusion, we want to enjoy all and sundry to come together and support the ascendancy of the president-elect and his ability to reinfect the dream of our forefathers. I want to mention and appreciate the intervention of my brother, Dr. Senator Iyiola Omishore, FNC
Malaki Nwebe. Yes, what transpired that Action Alliance sponsored a candidate by name Dr. Hamza M. Mustafa. His name and logo appeared on the ballot box, so it was not unlawfully excluded as erroneously claimed. And the petition that was filed purportedly on behalf of Action Alliance was not instructed by Action Alliance, neither did Action Alliance consent to the filing of that petition. There is a subsisting order of the FCT High Court mandating INEC to deal with Barrister Kenneth Udeze, the late national chairman of Action Alliance. In compliance with that judgment, INEC wrote to Barrister Kenneth Udeze to recognize him as the national chairman. And the court also ordered INEC not to collect any primary nomination or nominated name from any other person than Barrister Kenneth Udeze as a chairman. And this faction that filed the petition went on appeal. They appealed that judgment. It is pending before the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division. Now, INEC, in compliance with that judgment, dealt with the Barrister Kenneth Udeze, late national chairman of Action Alliance. Now, why the appeal is pending, they filed this petition purportedly under Action Alliance. But the true and authentic leadership of Action Alliance was not aware of it. No concern. And that order of court mandating INEC to deal with Barrister Kenneth Udeze had not been set aside. In fact, they appealed that judgment. So it was an abuse of court process to have even filed this petition purportedly under Action Alliance. Because of that, the authentic leadership of Action Alliance filed a motion. I did file a motion to strike off the name of Action Alliance from the petition because Action Alliance was not aware of that petition. And they knew that they could not escape that motion. That was why they now decided last week to file a motion to withdraw the entire petition. That was the reason they withdrew, because it was a order they could not pass. And that order of the FCT High Court, that judgment, until and unless it is set aside, INEC and even the so-called faction must comply with that order to the letter. So that is what actually transpired in the court. So what the motion we filed sought to do is to check gate crashing and self-seeking maneuvers. And besides, the petition they purportedly filed was more or less issue of borders on issue of leadership of the National Alliance, which is not the business of the Election Petition Tribunal or court. It is only if at all the court has jurisdiction to entertain the leadership issue, it is only an irregular court. Besides, they appealed that judgment at the Court of Appeal. So this tribunal could not have entertained this petition as presently constituted, because that would have amounted to entertaining an appeal over that judgment. And this court, being an election petition tribunal court, has no business to entertain with such it is only an election-related matter, election matter, not a pre-election matter, not a leadership matter. It doesn't have such jurisdiction. So they knew that they were making no headway. They decided to withdraw that petition entirely. Having withdrawn the petition, our application to withdraw the name of Action Alliance becomes academic, because it will not serve any other purpose. So that's actually what transpired in the court today. Yes. Malaki. The authentic and recognized leadership of Action Alliance. We represent the legal team. Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen of the press. If you wouldn't mind, my lawyer have just said it all. I remain Barrister Chief Kenneth Udeze, the subsisting national chairman of Action Alliance. Incidentally, I want to really congratulate every members of Action Alliance across Nigeria, because we have gotten to the end. Our opponents, those that have been fighting the leadership of the party, they wanted to be clever by half. At least they have seen what we have filed in court, and they know they cannot respond. Reason why they have come today to withdraw their petition. So I want to congratulate AA members across Nigeria. The party keep moving forward. Our recognition by INEC remains the way it is. I want to assure them that we are moving into Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa to make sure we secure our mandate at that very place. Thank you very much, gentlemen of the press. We are very happy to have given us this opportunity. My name, Barrister Chief Kenneth Udeze. Sorry? The National Chairman of Action Alliance.